Hello, everybody. Welcome to Awakened Positive Power, where Darcy Martyr, beautiful Darcy Martyr, my fellow talking person, and myself, Jemima Godsall, talk to you about topics regarding mental health, awareness, depression, and suicide prevention. Just before we get started, guys, there is a disclaimer down below and also a 1-800 suicide prevention number. If you know of anyone or yourself needs anyone need to reach out, please do. You can always approach them anonymously or, of course, with your name. Just know that you're never alone. That's Darcy's and my objective, is to just make sure we're never alone. We're never alone, and we all have the similar sort of feelings. It may be a different experience, but we all experience the same feelings. That's really encouraging. Sometimes you hear someone's story and you go, oh my God, it makes you feel like warm in your heart. Anyway, so welcome, my lovely people. We are here today when I have just had my second shot. Controversy. I know I don't really want to talk about the politics of it. I did it for many reasons. Darcy and I discussed this a few weeks ago as well. But I've just had my second shot and it's hit me like a truck. And so I'm really being authentic right now. I'm in bed.
He's in bed.
The best place to be. And Darcy looks beautiful as usual. But she's just amazing. Just to let you know, we not letting anything sort of get in our way in terms of moving forward and talking about things that are important. And this is just about, we're going to talk today about health and health and I don't know. I'm a little out of it. I'm sorry, everyone. Authentic, 100% authentic, is it not? Okay. So Darcy, can you sort of head off the conversation in regards to health and
Healing.
Healing. Health and healing, people.
Pain, health, healing, and pain.
Yeah.
So,
Gosh.
I did the shots as well. And the shot, I think I had a reaction both times too. I did. I did not have a reaction the third time at all.
Yeah.
But as
I feel like I'm getting pneumonia, like it feels like that body ache all over, and my head's starting to beat, and I feel it just slowly. I had a Pilates today, but I had to cancel boot camp, and I just thought, she goes, it's like a slow train wreck. You're going to feel it. And I was like, thanks, that's great. And they're all laughing at me. Yeah, I'm going, you stash up, people. Yeah, so it's true. It feels very slow but progressive. So, but hey, it will pass, and it's all for the best reasons. My choice is for the best reasons for people around me. So, yeah,
that's right. But if you ever have had the flu, which I had, and I don't know to this day if it was food poisoning or the flu, because I was so sick with such a high fever. I was crawling to the bathroom and literally crawling back to my bed. And when I would lay down, I had the spins.
oh gosh,
The room was spinning. I was hitting the bed. I was trying to I could not deal. I was so incredibly sick, so incredibly, that I finally had to call my husband. Oh my gosh, it was a horrible day. It was my son's 5th birthday.
oh
And I
no,
had arranged for him to go to the Pee Wee Golf with all of his friends and have a birthday party. And here I am with the spins on my bed. I couldn't move. So I had to call my dear friend and have her go in my place and run the whole thing for me. And then I had to call another friend to take me to emergency. I was that sick. But the problem is I took some like what do you call it? Something to stop me from vomiting.
right.
And the doctor said, "I wish you hadn't have done that, because your body, if it is food poisoning, your body really needs to get all of that out of you."
Oh yeah.
Because and if it is the flu, it works through your intestines. So she goes, just come to the ER sooner when you've got the spins like that. But I'll tell you, this little bit of pain that you're feeling, which is really hard to deal with, nothing as bad as getting the actual flu.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
I know.
just keep telling yourself that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had pneumonia before I had COVID, which I had COVID, guys. I lost my taste and smell for 6 weeks, which was just the mental torture rather than the physical torture.
Right.
Because I was always going to eat, and what's the point of eating when you can't taste it or smell it? It's like, but I had to eat to keep my nutrition. It was this whole vicious. And will I taste today? Will I taste today? It was just long, and laborious. But yeah, no, I had pneumonia before this, and I do suffer pneumonia quite a bit, and that's, yeah, I remember, me too, Das, like crawling to the bathroom and crying, like just cry, like when will this end? The pain of it sort of is just so unbearable. But yeah, you just go through it, don't you? You just move through it. But oh my god. Anyway, yeah. So this is nothing. That's why I'm just kind of laughing with you. That's why I'm still on camera. I kind of go like, I kind of know this, but I know that it's not actually me getting pneumonia. It's me just compensation of the consequence, I should say, of the shot. So, but this is not to scare anyone. If anyone is watching and sort of not, debating over what to get it or not. I appear to be quite a dramatic person, which obviously all round, but it's not to hinder you from going to get it. It will pass. It's only like 48, 72 hours.
Yeah, not even. Yeah.
Yeah, not even exactly. So don't let my persona and my dilemma right now ever sway you. Not meant to influence you in a negative way or a positive way, but just know that it's a consequence, for some people. And
But I do want to bring up a point though, and this is really interesting about health and healing, is your mindset right now is that you are going to get through this for your betterment.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
True. Yeah.
So right now your mindset is in a place of being able to still function and do things, and that's a really important note. So
True.
when we are going through a health crisis and we are going through pain or a difficulty, our mindset is super important. It's
very
super,
true.
super important to look at how we are facing what we're facing physically. So if you've got a serious issue, how you face that issue is the first thing. And then medicine will help that or not. But it's all about how you are willing to face that. So right now, the example here is that, okay, I feel like garbage, right? You feel like garbage, but she still can laugh and she can still be present and you can still do what you have aimed to do, which is this discussion today.
Especially when the sun's shining right in my face right now. Anyway, I'm so sorry, guys.
That's all right. No apology necessary.
Exactly. I know we are authentic. Hello.
So, when you are dealt a difficult illness, a really difficult illness, this is telling you how important your mindset is. And this is why I like to make sure I look at the words that we're using. So we don't use words like fight, because see, right now she's not fighting anything, right? Because she's allowing the medicine to do its work. So you're dealing with it. You're dealing with it. And then you're going to, after we finish talk, you're going to go rest and allow your body to deal with it. So there's two words there. There's allow and there's dealing, and then your body will be able to heal.
That brings up, so I just want to ask you, like, when you're saying not fighting, I have my lover who has been diagnosed recently with COPD.
Yeah.
No names, please. No names. But it seems to be working against, like fighting against it.
Right.
That is, yeah, I mean, I think it's the process. It's such new news. I understand you've got to process it and you're in the denial phase, but it's time to start to move out of the denial phase. Right. How does one do that? I mean, how would you suggest us for one to, as you said, not fight positively? No, I'm not going to fight this, I'm going to win this, or not like against, I don't have it is also fighting against it.
No, yeah, that's struggling with it. Yeah. So that's also going into denial. Yeah. So what I like to tell people is I like to say, all right, here's a situation that you're facing and dealing with. And that's all it is. Okay. So here's a situation. So situations can be physical, mental, financial, right? I mean, there's situations. So let's say your situation was that your job wasn't paying you enough money to live. Now, how are you going to deal with that? Right? You're not going to fight your finances. You're going to face it. And you're going to deal with it and make other choices. So when you face something, when you face a situation, then you deal with the situation. If you don't face the situation, then you go into denial. So if, let's say your marriage is not good or your relationship is not good, In order for it to heal, you have to be able to face it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be able to look at it, face it, and then deal with it so you can heal from it. And if that means your personal healing means that the relationship needs to break apart, then that's what it will do. If the facing it and dealing with it is by both parties, perhaps you can heal together. It depends. So those words are really important. When we use the words fight for healing, I think we set ourselves up for our body to take a really difficult path. How do you fight to heal?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just such a aggressive. I mean, I guess that's what they want. They want people to be really aggressive with their healing journey. Well, healing needs gentleness. Healing needs compassion. Healing needs intuition, and healing needs love. So if this person has COPD, I would say face it head on. You know, with a professional, if you need a professional, right? If you need a therapist or a compassionate doctor, face it head on and say, all right, here is my situation. This is the diagnosis. I don't have to own it. I don't have to accept it, but I do have to deal with it. So I'm facing it. This is what it's about. Now I have the option of reading and learning about it if I want to, or I can read and learn about what are some helpful, healthy alternatives I can put with whatever treatment my doctor is giving me. You know, so your physician who says, okay, this is the thing, they always talk in negative because they have to cover their bases, right? They always give you the worst case scenario. And that way you won't be able to come back and say, you never told me that was going to happen. I'm going to sue you for everything you have, right? So they're going to give you the worst case scenario. And then you're going to say, okay, that's the worst case scenario. So now I can deal with the best case scenario. Now I can go look at alternative healing methods to go with that therapy they're giving me. I can perhaps eat different foods. I can perhaps do meditation. I can perhaps do deep breathing exercises. I can perhaps take better care of my body. I can perhaps do visualizations. You know, there's a whole bunch of alternative healings you can put with your Western medicine. You can put it with it. And then that's you dealing with it. And as you deal with it, then your body can begin to heal because what you're really ultimately doing is giving yourself the love that it requires, right? You're not fighting, you're loving. And I think that's a huge understanding when you're talking about healing. Now, when people are at a place towards the end of their lives, how much more important is that, too? Is to say, I am not going to fight going into the next life because what is that about? I mean, that's like absurd, right? But I have to deal with all the things I was given in life. So, and face my life so that I can heal all those things in the past so I can move forward to the next incarnation of my being with, you know, love and light and optimism and joy, right? And to be grateful for everything that you had here. So I really think the terminology is so important. It's so important. Just like the I ams and I have, get rid of it. You don't need to say, I have this illness. That's owning it. And who wants to own it? Right? If you could really look at the illness as a thing, like a big glob, here is this really ugly big glob. Here, you can have it. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. Right? You don't want it. So don't own it. Face it. Just face it.
And what about for people who are supporting the one who's not quite ready to face it? How do, like, I'm sort of in a situation where I'm doing tough love now, which I don't like, but it feels like nothing's being but then is it my right to do that? Like, isn't it I feel like maybe it's not. I don't feel like it is my right because it's their own personal process of it.
Right. It's their
Just
process.
ignore
Yeah.
it, for them to just be ignoring it and pretending, and they're in an environment where continuously every day they are confronted with lots of elements that will hurt their lungs. So that really frustrates me that the caretakers watching the person who has the dis-ease is not being like, it's not worth, they could cut 5 years off their life just for going to work for one day without taking care, and that's just, to me, stupid. So I've tried the love, but now it's like I'm angry, and it's like, is that my right? You know what I mean? Like, is it my right to? It's not really, is it? And so how do we deal with it as a couple, or how does one deal with it? Not just me and my love, but how does one deal with it? When do we just sit back and watch? Like, do we just, I'm at a loss,
Yeah, I understand. That's always the big problem for us codependent individuals. We're
ooh, okay.
we're codependent. Right?
Okay. The word, the codependent word. Ooh,
right.
Okay.
But to really understand the concept of codependence is what we're placing our needs on top of them, right? So, if you could heal them,
Right. Okay.
you're
My God.
inadvertently healing yourself.
Oh,
right. And if they attach themselves to you because they need you, you need me to heal you, then we are filled up. But when someone has bad behavior, or when someone has let's say adverse behavior, not bad behavior, when someone has adverse behavior to their health, you have to ask yourself a question: do they know better?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Do they know that there are alternatives? Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Are they willing to take the chance to look at their alternatives? Mm-hmm. Maybe not. So can you force them into it? No. Is that part of their healing journey? Absolutely. So in order for that person to not go to work in a toxic environment, that means that they have to be able to say, I can walk away from my source of income, and then also potentially my identity of the last 10, 20, 30, 40 years. So oftentimes people identify with their jobs. That's like they do the I am. Oh, what do you do? I'm a store clerk. I am a, financial analyst. I am, and then when those I ams are being threatened, well, not anymore. You can't be that because it affects your health. A person's control issues come in. No, I'm going to fight this. I'm going to beat it. I'm going to stand strong. It's not going to take me over because this is who I am. Wow, there's like so much wrapped in there. So much wrapped in there. And as a loving partner, the concept is to love unconditionally and to say, well, I understand that you need to go to work and that this is your job, and you understand that it's hard on your health. So maybe there's a way we can help you through that. And then let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Mm-hmm. And then you hold space and you hold space and you hold space. And you can say, hey, it does affect me. I hate to see you suffer. Yeah. Hey, it does affect me because you're going to come home sick and I'm going to have to take care of you. Yeah. So you're on this healing journey together. And so you're going to have to find that balance there, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I think it's amazing though that I didn't even know that notice the codependent thing from my end. Like, that's horrible. Like, I've got so much healing to do. My God.
I witnessed. Me too.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. That puts a totally understandable perspective on it for me to now just back off in a loving way. And as you said, hold space rather than demand, because it's the only way he'll listen. That's right. Bullshit. My language, YouTube, but that's BS. Like, that's just so, and I don't like that. Today I'm feeling so unloving, and I thought I don't want to be this person if that's the only way I get him to respond. But then isn't my place. It's not my place anyway.
Right. So, I mean, you could have a conversation of
conversation. Are you kidding?
Who has conversations? If it's not on YouTube, it's not a conversation.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
You could have a conversation one day and say, can we talk about your work? Is there anything else you could do? Is there any way to move forward? Can you have a 2-year plan to
He's
help?
retiring in 5 months.
Oh, there you go.
So it's wonderful, but it's like now I feel like he's going full force because
Yes, sure, of course. He's going to squeeze as much out of that job as he possibly can. Let him do it. I mean, there's a lot of identity wrapped up in there. Even people who are just facing retirement.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's a big identity. So I would talk about plans for the future.
Yeah, we are. Yeah,
you
that's
know,
a good. We have it in our face right now because of our fortune the other week. So, yeah. Okay, thank you. That's really good. Well, I'm aching. I feel my body getting worse and worse, people.
Beginning to rock and rock and rock. Jemima, I'd like to ask you a question, even though you're obviously in great discomfort.
It could be worse. It could be worse.
So when you were driving the other week and you were
flipping out.
You were flipping out.
So pretty much flipping out, guys.
Flipping out.
That's unusual. No, yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah.
So you sent me a text going, I am really depressed. I feel like it's all encompassing, and how am I going to get through this? And I sent you back a couple of texts of some ideas to offer to you to work with. And what exactly did you end up doing? Can you recall?
Well, just reading your text was, firstly, I reached out. Like Chris is, anyway, is wonderful. Very, very patient, but it was not fair sort of thing. I was so emotional that I couldn't get a grasp of. I didn't understand why. I was having a panic attack pretty much. Right. So reaching out to you, really, to anyone, guys, like to someone, Darcy is such a grounding force for me, but like really reaching out was a big step for me immediately. Right. Not like after it had happened, not like, later on when my lover was asleep. It was like in the moment going, this is not okay for anybody. And I was ready also to not hear from you, like not expect anything from you in return immediately, not to wait for you. You know what I mean? Like I was thinking, okay, the first step is just to reach out, because right. that offload, we say here a lot, Das, is the offload sometimes can heal you 20, 30, 50, 100% sometimes. You just get it out. And writing for me is also awesome. Then you came back with some just your grounding force was amazing to be able to accept that the moment in time, like to take a breath, to pause, as you said, to pause, review and restart. And the moment around me, I had to pause and actually look where I was in the car, looking at the environment, the breath, the wind, the air, the person I was with. The reality was beautiful. And so that stopped me from my hypnosis of depression, of the wild wind. Granted, just for a few seconds, it's coming in and out, but that was a powerful moment. Consciously doing it, really consciously doing it is difficult. So guys, this is not an easy thing. And if you feel challenged, awesome. It's okay. It's not meant to be simple. And if it is simple, fantastic for you. Can I have some of your medicine? You know what I mean? Like seriously, but the pause, review and restart thing was just absolute godsend. And I remember kept saying when Chris and I started to have a sort of tiff off each other, confusion. It was like, just because we were both panicking, I said, let's just pause. I did what you asked, and what you said might help. And that was just a huge God save. And then to be able to just be okay. Like, it's okay to not be okay.
It's okay to okay, great.
Yeah, and it really is. And to be with someone who is so willing to be, allow me to not be okay. And then the one thing I have to say is that I kept saying, you can't take on my pain. But I think I remember you saying to me, Darcy, or it was somebody else, I think it was you, said, but that's their choice. Like, you can't deny them. You can't control what they take on and what they don't. But then it is that whole thing when you go, oh, I feel so guilty. I don't want to, But I was so involved I had this panic attack that I said, I can't worry about you right now. Sorry, love, can't worry about you right now. But I don't want to bring you down. But then I had to remember that's not my power. That's not my choice. That's not my ability to change how he or whoever responds.
Right.
So and it gave me time to just come within and spend I think it was like 12 to 24 hours where I was locked up in sort of a bit of chaos. Then I had to take some breaths. We were looking for property, and that kind of distracted the moment. But I had the major healing time in the RV traveling from here to there. So thank you. So I'd suggest everyone pause, review, restart. It's a godsend. And also taking that moment to stop that hypnosis of the drama in the head, to just check out what's real. Like, what this towel is real, my jacket's real, what's actually reality around me. What is the weather like? What is that breeze like? It was a major sort of healing, even if that was a second in my brain. It was a healing technique that helped a lot. So thank you.
Right. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. So what you did was you paused. You said pause just to slow down the moment. I love the word pause.
Yeah.
I mean, just technically, because it's so gentle. It's not like stop. It's like pause.
Yeah. No.
Right?
Yep.
And then you got mindful.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you got really mindful of your body
Mm-hmm.
in that moment. When we spin out, we're literally spinning in our minds. We're loop thinking. We're just going around and around and around. So to pause stops that. To get into our body, being mindful, my sweatshirt, the towel, the RV, the wind, the smell, the feel, brings you back into where you are.
Excuse me. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And then it's a reset. You push the reset button.
Yeah.
Right? You can call it a reboot or a reset button, so that allows you the power of control.
Yeah.
You're making the choice.
Yeah.
Which is really important. So you've paused, you've come back for a mindful moment into your body of what's real. You've broken your trance.
Yes, exactly.
Your negative trance. And now you're hitting your reset to stay really present with what are you doing in this moment? Where are you in this moment?
What I realized too was that, guys, if you want to try that, if you ever feel that sort of panic moment, was that you can do it as many times as you want.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, but it's not right. But I have to do it again. Oh my God, I'm a failure.
Yeah.
Really
oh, that's so important.
Yeah, I can
That's
do this.
like tapping. When you do the tapping, just keep doing it over and over until your body is going to move through it. So
it was such a freeing moment to be able to accept that I could do this as many times. And when Chris and I were having a little tiff, not a tiff, it was just a tight moment. We kept saying that, and I thought this is beautiful because we kept stopping us from going any further. And we have a giggle about it and go, oh my God, this is thank God we can pause, stop, pause, reset, and restart. Like, it was just. And it was such a freedom of the headspace to stop judging, going, but you're doing it again. Why are you doing it? Just because I can do it as many times as I want, brain. Right. Defined moment. So yeah, thank you.
But it gives you the control back to yourself rather than trying to control others.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really the point, right? Is that we get in trouble when we try to control others.
Yeah, true.
Because really what we need to do is, and that whole thing about his choice to feel what you're feeling, and then you want to feel your guilt over what he's feeling. It's all a distraction. Just realize that's all that is a distraction from being our own person and from controlling and being in touch with ourselves. So it's not that you have to ignore his feelings. You don't have to be guilty about his feelings. He certainly is an adult. Don't infantilize him, right? Say he'll make his choice, and then you could acknowledge it by saying, thank you for your compassion.
Yeah.
I need to pause and reset myself. Yeah. And if you see them worried or concerned, just say, thank you for your compassion. And that acknowledges that they are there with you. And being acknowledged is so important when someone loves somebody.
Totally.
Thank you so much for, supporting me and being compassionate. I need to pause and reset myself. I need to, find my personal power here. And there you're doing both things. You're acknowledging them without taking responsibility for them. And that's really what you're trying to do. Acknowledge them without taking responsibility for them. And if they go, well, I really feel you, just thank you. You're a lovely person. Thanks for that compassion. I need to pause and reset myself.
Okay, yeah. Good.
And then you've done both.
Yeah.
Right. And it's
taken. I mean, I find that the habit of behavior of treating them like a child, in other words, like you said, they are man, they are old enough to take responsibility. It's just that is a huge habit for many, many years where I was with a lot of people who maturity was less than, in terms of less than their age. And so it is a habit to break that little boy, little person, little sister, whatever sort of thing. So yeah, it's an awareness, isn't it? It's an constant awareness of your own behavior and the the patterns that you want to sort of break over when you're presented with something that's really beneficial to work with for the future, you know.
Right.
Am I
But
making any sense? I feel like I'm starting to go fade.
yeah, I can see that. I'm pulling a card and we will.
Yay, sorry guys.
No, that's all right. I mean, I want to really celebrate the joy of you finding
The property.
a property. I think that's
Yay.
what
It's
a
amazing.
blessing.
I'll tell everyone, we got 5 acres, but we have 2 2-acre lots, 1/4 acre lot, and 1 3/4 acre lot. So we have our home, we have our healing place, we have the other 2 we can either sell or create into other healing spaces. So it is, and I'm a pretty private person. I was always thinking I want my healing space, but I didn't want to. I thought, you know what? Oh well, we'll just deal with the community, people always being in our place. But I'm like, ugh. And so this is, oh, by God, golden opportunity for the most amazing price, and we just are hugely blessed. So yeah, thank you. Yeah, and without that beginning panic attack and sort of calming into it and working it out, who knows what could have happened? My energy could have been completely different, and the universe might have gone, oh, hang on, she needs that, which could have been a hell of a could have been what the joy that we got. So yeah, thank you for honoring that our celebration.
Right. Yeah, that is a beautiful thing. And as you move through the next 5 months with gentleness and support and compassion, and then you'll be moving towards your new place, right? You're really on such a beautiful path, such a beautiful journey together. So I think compassion is really the word, right? Right. How funny. So I pulled a card from Sandra Ann Taylor's energy cards.
Okay, beautiful.
I'm just going to read to you, relax, and then we're going to go.
Okay.
I pulled the world.
What is it?
The
The
world.
world. Oh man. Woohoo! The beginning and the end. How fantastic.
29. Oh, it's an 11 number. 29 is a
Oh
good.
yeah.
Mhm.
Holy moly.
Okay. Okay. So I just love this. It's so much fun. It is the world is expansion and opening up. So the man in this picture is looking out over a bay above which the beautiful sphere of the earth is rotating.
Definitely.
This card is reminding you to expand your vision and contemplate the broader options. The world is wide, there's a lot out there to consider. In the modern age of technology, this could specifically referring to creating or expanding into a more global network through the internet or social marketing. Drawing this card lets you know that you have unlimited resources available to you, and now is the time to think big, as they say. The world is your oyster. Get ready to gobble it up. And yep, and your affirmation is, my life expands into boundless horizons with unlimited powerful energy. A world of possibilities is open to me now.
Woof.
Couldn't have pulled a better card for your property.
Isn't that crazy? Can't make this shit up, people. Pardon my language.
Sandra Ann Taylor, that's awesome, right? My life expands into boundless horizons with unlimited powerful energy. A world of possibilities is open to me now.
Too true. Here.
All right, good girl.
Hey, Jazz, thanks for getting on with me. And people, sorry that I am like a miss, but hey, whatever, we still turn up and we still do it. And thanks, Darcy, for being patient with me like that too. And your help last weekend was amazing, guys. Take that remedy of pause,
Reset.
It's just a moment where, and you
We
can do it.
take a deep breath.
Yeah.
So drink a lot of water, Jemima. Drink
Yeah,
a lot of nice hot tea, maybe with a little honey. Honey's especially if it's unfiltered natural honey from your area, it'll really empower you. Okay.
Thank you, my love. See you guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We'll see you next week a little healthier than this. Take care.
Feel well.
Bye.
Bye-bye.